Welcome to Chesticles. This is Jacqueline. Hey guys, this is Chesticles. I call it Chesticles because I have brass balls. I've been known to be a little ballsy. And I'm trying to record these episodes to tell you some of the funny things that have happened in my life. I've always been told I should write a book. And so I actually did start to write a book. I have pages and pages of it done, but anyway, I'm doing this for now. So I wanted to tell you again, another weird thing that happened to me. Just weird. Like, these things don't happen to normal people. I don't know why weird things happen to me. I guess because I'm weird. But did you ever see one of those really big toothpicks? They're like square. They're not round. They're square. And like, you get them like, I don't know, maybe on a club sandwich, but it's a big one. Not with the frill on the end. Not those ones. These are just like, I don't know, maybe 4 inches long. And they're square, but they do have the points on either end. Well, years and years and years ago, someone gifted me a beautiful Christmas gift, and it was a styrofoam cone, and it was wrapped in green garland, and then on top of the green garland were Hershey Kisses that were attached with these big, toothpicks. They were green. And it was such a great gift. How cute is that, right? Matter of fact, I should do that this Christmas because that was such a great gift. But like, you couldn't see the toothpicks on the gift, so it just looked like a Christmas tree with all different colored, Hershey Kisses on it. Brilliant. Loved it. Ate all the Hershey Kisses, of course. And then I stored it in my attic, which was in my bedroom of my apartment, in my closet, which also had my washer and dryer in it. And that's where I kept, my storage, my Christmas decorations and things like that, Gosh, I miss having a washer and dryer right in my bedroom. Now I have to go up to the 3rd floor to do laundry, and anyway, I digress. But so I lived by myself at the time, and I'm doing my laundry. I'm in my own bedroom, and I'm, putting my laundry in the... I'm sorry. I'm putting the laundry in the washing machine, and I completely disrobe because, I am by myself and I want to do all my laundry. Like, that feeling when all your laundry's done? Like you're just naked and everything's clean. It's such a good feeling. So I'm doing my laundry and I'm naked. I throw everything in there. And I went to step to pick up a piece of laundry from the basket to put it in the washing machine. And I felt this searing pain through my toe. I'm like, "Wah!" I mean, it hurt so bad. And I'm like, "Oh!" And I look, and I tried to move to see what the hell did I just step on? It was worse than a Lego. Believe me, it was worse than stepping on a Lego. And we all know how much that flipping hurts. So I looked down, and evidently one of those green toothpicks had worked its way out of its tree and fell on my green carpet. So I didn't see it because it was a green toothpick. And yeah, I know I had carpet in my laundry room. Thinking of it now, well, it was a long time ago, but it worked. Guys, I stepped on this thing and it pierced I'm going to call it my ring finger toe, the one next to the pinky toe. It pierced it through and through. So it was evenly distributed in the top of my toe and the bottom of my toe, but completely impaled my toe. It hurt so bad. So I'm like, so I'm hopping around, completely naked. I sit on my bed. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get this out of here? So I'm like, well, I'm just going to have to grin and bear it and just pull it out. It went in there, I'm going to have to pull it out. And I go to grab it, and I'm like, and I can't get it. It's like the pain was bad to pull it out, but it was in there so tight. I didn't have the strength to pull it out. Well, now I'm panicking. And I'm like, oh my God, it's probably in a bone. If it's in a bone, oh, what's that going to mean? I'm going to get an infection. I mean, I was so scared. So I don't know what to do. So I called my sister. My sister was at work, so she's like, well, I'll send my husband over to like take you to the hospital or something. Like, I got to do something. And it was like throbbing and no blood whatsoever, just throbbing, hurting. It was like, this is a permanent piercing of a dirty wooden, on my floor toothpick. I'm going to die of some sort of infection. So he comes over and I can't walk on it. Like, I can't walk. I can't hop down the steps. Plus I'm anxious and I'm all worked up, and I'm naked. So I have to figure out how to put clothes on. And back then, like, everything I owned was like tight leggings. Well, I can't get anything over my foot. Like or tight jeans rather. Every pair of jeans I owned was like skin tight. So I couldn't get it past my foot to get it in. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And luckily I had these old, like, big baggy, like MC Hammer, like not MC Hammer because they were like tight at the bottom, but like big, they weren't even sweatpants. I don't know. They were just these big old flannel pants that I found. I never even wore them, but at least the whole of the leg was open enough that I could fit it over this, impaled toothpick that's in my ring finger toe. So he comes and he's like, well, open the door. I'm like, I lived on the second floor. I'm like, I can't walk down the steps. I mean, in hindsight, I guess I could have gone down on my butt and kept my foot out. But, your mind doesn't think straight when you're scared. And I was in pain, So somehow, someway, I think I threw the keys out the window to him. And he came in. He's like, what the heck? How did you do that? I'm like, I was just doing laundry, And by the way, yes, I did put a shirt on. So he's like, all right, let's get you over to the hospital. And he goes, unless you want to just get really drunk and I'll pull it out for you. I'm like, no, I want to go to the hospital. Because, of course, I need an antibiotic or a tetanus shot or something. I was really afraid. So it only felt better if I held my foot up above my, like if I'm sitting like up above my knees. So I'm holding my foot. He drives me to the hospital. And he's like, wait here, let me go get your wheelchair. So a nurse comes out with the wheelchair, and I'm like, hors d'oeuvre, anyone? Because I'm just like trying to make fun of having this. And the guy looks at me, he's like, oh my God, that looks painful. I'm like, it really is. It really is. But I'm trying to like be funny about it. So he wheels me into the emergency room and like they check me in, and it's packed in there. It's absolutely packed. But people are all looking at me because imagine, that's quite a sight. Like, I literally have a green wooden square toothpick impaled in my toe. And I'm like, obviously in pain, but I'm holding my foot up because that's the only way, I guess, because it wasn't throbbing that way. So it didn't hurt as much if I just held my foot, like crossed it over and held it. So there's people in there coughing and hacking and sick as a dog. And they're like, you can take her before me. Because I think I was making everybody sick just to look at it. It was so weird. We had to sit in that hospital. They said that it's going to be at least like another 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle 4 or 5 hours. And then I was thinking, like, maybe I'll just go home and drink like a couple shots of whiskey or whatever and have my brother-in-law just take it out with pliers or something. But I was just so afraid it wasn't going to work, and I really was afraid I needed an antibiotic. This thing's in my body, right? So God bless him. He stayed with me the whole time. I even called another hospital like around to see like how long is the wait anywhere. And everywhere I called, it was just, I don't know, it was just a really, really long wait. And so finally, they bring me back, and they don't even have a bed for me. They end up putting me like on this, it was kind of like a wheelchair that went back kind of thing. It wasn't like a true bed, but I know they were so packed in there. They were so busy. So the doctor looks, he's like, oh my goodness, how did you do that? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. I stepped on it. I couldn't do it again if I tried, And of course he's showing people are looking at me, and a lot of people had seen me. I've been in the waiting room now for probably close to 5 hours. I'm tired. It's hurting more and more. My brother-in-law, God bless him, he's stuck by my side. So he's like, all right, well, I could either just pull it right out and, just, you can grin and bear it, or I could get your toe numb. And I said, no, I tried to pull it out. It hurts too much, and it's not as easy as you're going to think to come out. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, they did do an x-ray. It wasn't through the bone. Luckily, it was just through, like, the fatty part of my toe, which, of course, thank God, it was just through the, the skin, but from the bottom through the top. So he goes, now this Novocaine's going to hurt. And I'm thinking, yeah, of course it is. So they give me the needle right, like where your toe meets your foot, like right in that area right there. And he's like, there's kids here, and I would really appreciate it if you didn't scream or anything and scare them. So I literally cover my mouth because I know I'm going to scream because it already hurts. And now you're going to put a needle in my toe, between my toe and my foot. So I know me. I have a big mouth. I'm going to scream. It's involuntary, but I'm going to cover my mouth because I don't want to scare the children in this hospital. So I cover my mouth. He puts the needle in. I'm like, but I did it quietly. He's like, all right, I'm going to give it a few minutes to get numb. I'll be back. And then it felt great. I was like, oh. And I was like, then we're waiting for him. I'm like, John, just pull it out now. It's numb. And he's like, I am dumb. I'm not touching it now. Wait for him. I'm like, I just want it out. So he finally comes back, and I'm, gripping because I'm thinking, even though you're numb, you're going to feel pressure. You're going to feel something. And he gets a hemostat or whatever tool he got, probably just pliers of some sort. And he just pulls it right out. I didn't feel a thing. And all I hear drop in one of those silver pans, ding. I just heard that. And he's like, all out. And I'm like, oh God, how bad is it bleeding? He's like, it's not really bleeding at all. And he's like, we're going to give you a tetanus shot. And, blah, blah, blah. Didn't even put me on antibiotics. Put a Band-Aid. Like one of those little Band-Aids around my toe. And he's like, just, it's going to be sore, but nothing Advil won't take care of. And, you'll be fine. Just be careful. I'm like, okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, And I still, it was sore. And I actually didn't even go into work the next day because it was, traumatizing, and it was sore. But, of course, I was fine. It healed. Fast forward 30 years. I'm at a restaurant, and my favorite band is playing, and I'm so excited to see this band. And it's an outdoor restaurant at the shore, and I am so psyched to see this band. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen them. It's the beginning of the summer. I'm looking forward to it. So I sit down at the outdoor furniture, and of course I have sandals on because it's the shore, and I scooch my chair up to how you push your chair in more. As I do that, the foot of the chair goes down on that same damn ring finger toe, and just crushes my toe. The nail comes off. It's gushing blood. I refuse to leave. Now, I know this is terrible. But I start drinking, and I'm like, I'll be fine. My husband's like, Jacqueline, that's really bleeding a lot. And I just kept wrapping it in napkins, and we ordered food. I'm like, can I have some more napkins? And then I look down to the table next to me. The blood is dripping down the other, it's that much blood. What an idiot. And of course, when you drink, your blood's thinner, so it was making it worse. I refused to leave. My husband was furious with me. I'm like, I want to see this band. But I guess that chair did not have a bottom to it. How those metal chairs that just a hollow leg kind of thing. So when I scooted up, I caught my toe with that thing. Sorry, I know this is such a gross story, but again, how does this stuff happen? It's just so crazy. So Anyway, I toughed it out, and then I got home, and I'm like, oh no, this is really bad. I probably broke my toe, but I'm fine now, and it healed, but it ruined our vacation. It was like the first or second day, so I couldn't walk on it, and I had to keep it clean. I have a friend who's a doctor. I called him, told him the story, sent him a picture. He's like, oh, he's like, buddy tape it to like the second toe and just keep it clean and bandaged and everything, but obviously, I want to go to the beach, but I'm worried about sand getting in it, and I can't walk, because this, I really can't walk on, because I'm pretty sure that toe's broken. Like, it was not good, so we have to rent a wheelchair, because I'm down there for a week. I'm not going to sit on the couch, right? So we rent a wheelchair, and my husband has pushed me on those big fat wheels, you know, that the wheelchairs have down the beach so you can get down, you know, because a regular wheelchair is not going to get through the sand. And I just kept drinking the day away, and I'm like, oh, you know, having a good time here. This is a great vacation. My husband was not happy. And he was just so mad at me because he felt like if I would have left earlier, it would have been better, but I still don't think it would have been. I think it was going to be painful. The only thing I did feel guilty about is the blood, because it was like COVID time. My blood is like, it was like things just opened up, but I just kept pouring glasses of water over the blood, like to get rid of it. I know this is a horrible story. I know it is, but it was fine. I was fine. Nobody died. I mean, it wasn't like, probably nobody noticed the blood because I just kept pouring more water. Can I have more water? Can I have more napkins? The waitress must have been like, what the F are you doing with all this water and napkins? And anyway, so yeah, that was the same toe that I pierced 30 years before with a flippin' green square toothpick that you find in a flippin' club sandwich. I end up crushing it with the chair, and then I won't leave the bar because I want to see this band, and there's no way, wild horses could not pull me out of that chair, you know? Oh my gosh, you guys, why? And it's the same toe, and it's still kind of messed up. Like, I just had a pedicure the other day, and that toe's like not right. Like, it's kind of misshapen, but only I know the truth. Like, if you saw it, you wouldn't notice it, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely not a normal toe. It's been through a lot, that poor little toe, you know? Oh, I don't know why I felt like telling these gross stories today, but just, I thought of them and they were funny. And I wanted to share them with you. So, thank you for listening. I love all your comments and all your feedback. I appreciate you guys so much. I call you my ballers. You guys are my ballers. And I love you guys for listening to my craziness and supporting me and following me and leaving your great comments and things like that. I just can't tell you how much I think it's wonderful, and I appreciate all of you. Have a great day today, and I will see you soon. Bye.